All right, let's talk about one of the biggest, most nerve-wracking decisions you can make for your business: hiring someone to run your Facebook ads. If you get this right, you can scale to the moon. But if you get it wrong, well, it can get really ugly really fast.
I'm sure you've heard the horror stories. Maybe you've even lived one. You get promised these incredible 10x results, but what you actually get is a torched budget, tracking that's a total mess, and an agency that basically holds your data hostage. It happens way more than you think. So that's the real question, isn't it? How do you possibly find a true pro in what feels like a minefield of fakes and agencies that just dabble? Well, the good news is you don't need luck. You just need a solid framework. And that's exactly what we're going to break down right now. A super clear, actionable way to tell the experts from the amateurs.
Okay, strategy number one. First things first, you have to verify you're talking to a real specialist. I mean, this is absolutely non-negotiable, especially with a platform like Meta that's changing constantly.
And let's be really clear about this. You can't afford a generalist. An agency that does a little Google, a little TikTok, a little SEO, their knowledge is spread way too thin. You need a team that lives and breathes Facebook Ads Manager day in and day out. That's it. So how do you actually test for this? It's surprisingly simple. Just ask them two little questions. First, what percentage of your work is focused only on Meta ads? And second, can you show me a detailed case study from a client with a budget similar to mine? And this is where you can instantly tell who you're dealing with. A red flag answer is going to be super vague, right? Something like, oh yeah, we get great results for our clients. But a real expert, they'll say something like, for a similar brand, we shifted 60% of their budget to UGC video ads and built a tiered retargeting funnel, which took their ROAS from 2.5 to 4.5 in 90 days. See the difference? One is fluff, the other is pure strategy. All right, our second strategy. And honestly, this might be the most important one of them all, because it's all about protecting your business for the long haul. We're talking about ownership. This is probably the single biggest risk you can face. If an agency runs your ads through their own business manager, they own everything. All your pixel data, all those custom audiences you built, it's all theirs. And if you decide to leave, you start over from zero. It's a huge power play, and you just can't fall for it. And hey, while we're on the topic of data, you need to know this term, Conversions API, or KPI. In today's world, with all the privacy updates, KPI is how you get accurate tracking. It's like a direct, private line from your website server to Meta's, so you're not losing data. Any agency worth their salt is an expert in setting this up. So here's your checklist. It's really simple, just two non-negotiable demands. Number one, they absolutely must run ads from your account, building up your assets. And number two, they need to have a clear technical plan to get CAPI API set up for you. If they get weird about either of these, just walk away. Seriously. Now, if all this vetting and technical talk sounds like a bit of a headache, just know that there are teams out there that already live by these rules. If you're ready to boost your business and want to see what that looks like, you can find us at mbagl.com. Okay, let's get into our third strategy. A great agency doesn't just get lucky. They have a solid, repeatable process for getting results. And your job, as the client, is to find out exactly what that process is. Look, real sustainable growth doesn't happen overnight. Anybody promising you 10x results in 30 days is just selling you a dream. A real professional process looks something like this. Month 1 is all about setup, research, and testing. Month 2 is about optimizing based on what you learned. And then month 3 is where you start to really scale the winners. It's a system. And what's the goal of that whole process? It's profit, plain and simple. The metric that measures this is ROAS, or return on ad spend. It's just a simple question. For every single dollar we put into ads, how many dollars in revenue did we get back? That number should be their obsession. This is how you spot an agency that's trying to hide bad performance. They'll talk your ear off about vanity metrics, things like clicks, impressions, or reach. And yeah, those numbers can look big and impressive on a report. But you know what? Clicks don't pay the bills. An expert agency is laser-focused on the profit metrics, ROS, and cost per acquisition. So now that you know what to look for, let's do a quick-fire round on what to run from. Here are 4 huge, non-negotiable red flags that should make you hang up the phone immediately. First up, anyone who guarantees a specific result is frankly lying to you. No one on earth can control the Facebook algorithm, what your competitors do, or the economy. A great agency guarantees their process, their hard work, and their communication, not a magic ROAS number. We've talked about this, but it is so important I have to say it again. This is the biggest red flag of them all. If they insist on running ads through their account, it means they want to own your data. End of story. Just don't do it. Red flag number 3 is any kind of high-pressure sales nonsense. The you have to sign today or this special price is gone forever kind of thing. Look, agencies that actually get results don't need to bully people into contracts. The reputation and process do the selling for them. And finally, if their monthly reports are just a wall of clicks, impressions, and reach, but they get all quiet when you ask about ROAS or your cost to get a customer, they're hiding something. It's a classic smokescreen. They're showing you busyness, not business. So after all that, after navigating the minefield, dodging all those red flags, and asking all the right questions, you end up right here, with a clear path to finding a real partner who can actually help you scale your business. And here's the most important takeaway from all of this. You are now in the driver's seat. You're not guessing anymore. You have the framework, you know the questions to ask, and you know what a real expert answer is supposed to sound like. You can finally hire with total confidence. And of course, if you'd rather just skip that whole vetting process and work with a team that already has these principles baked into their DNA, you can get a personalized strategy consultation to see if we're a good fit. Just visit us at ambitial.com now to take that next step.